I'm back! So this week I have been answering questions that were asked over on my Instagram channel at Tracey Barnett Music. I answered 2 questions in yesterday's video, which was, those questions were, drum roll, I've got to scroll down. What is the favourite song you have written so far? And what advice would you give someone wanting to build a music career? So if you want to check that video out, I'll put a little icon up here for you to click back and watch that one first. Today's video I will be answering, if you couldn't be a musician, what career would you choose? And favourite gig of all time, one you've played and one you've watched. These are very challenging questions, you guys. Now, also to let you know that next week will be a final question from the Instagram questions. That was, what was the first song you ever recorded? The reason I'm doing that one as a standalone video is because I want to play an acoustic version for you guys of that song, and also the original audio from way back in the year 2000. So anyway, on with today's couple of questions, and hope you enjoy the video. If you couldn't be a musician, what career would you choose? What career would I choose? I feel like if I wasn't doing music, then I would probably be back on, like, when I was younger, I thought that I would be doing something with animals, whether it was in like a training sense or whether it was in the health world. For a long time I wanted to be a vet. I did do like some work experience and that though, and discovered that I didn't really have what it took to be a vet, to make those really hard choices, because I'm impractical in the sense that I know it's not possible, but I just want to be able to save everything and everyone. But basically there's what I find so much wastage of animals, and these beautiful little animals. And it often comes down to a monetary matter of whether you can save their life or not. That and the fact that there's so many that need homes often, that they can't all be saved. And the vet had said to me, like, if you are not handling this, you're not going to handle it as a career, because it will just eat you alive, because it is just not possible to do what you feel you want to do, and that is save everything. And so that's the reason why I had decided long ago being a vet wasn't going to work for me. I was fine with cleaning up all the icky stuff. Yeah, I was never going to cope with that career. However, yeah, if I wasn't doing music, I could still see myself doing something with animals. And it might have been in the form of training, because I love training animals. I'm no expert, that's for sure, but the little bits of training that I've done for myself to be a trainer, train myself to train animals, I find I'm quite intuitive with most animals, and I enjoy figuring out their little personalities and how to keep them motivated and to understand them, and nut out where the confusion might be, and how to push through that. So yeah, I think if I wasn't doing music, I would be doing something with animals. Oh my god. Favourite gig of all time, one you've played and one you've watched. Oh my god, you guys, these questions are so hard. How on earth am I going to answer that one? Favourite gig of all time. Start with one I've played and then follow up with one that I've watched. It's not going to be one, you guys. It just can't be. Oh, it's really, really super hard. So maybe I'll generalise. Like, my favourite gigs aren't the ones that are like, you know, the biggest audience. So the biggest audience I've ever played to so far is only 600 people. That's not one of my favourite gigs. So it's not the quantity of the audience out there and the size of the stage or the size of the PA. The factors that make it one of my favourite gigs is an audience that I can connect with, that you know, yeah, just that I can connect with, you know. I get to share the stories with you guys and get you involved in the song on a deeper level and take you on a bit of a journey, hopefully. And the sound is important to me, but it doesn't have to be a big PA. I just mean my favourite gigs are the ones where I know that the sound quality is good, in order for, better than good actually, the sound quality is really good, and that helps me stay in the zone because I can hear everything clearly and I can feel the music. And I also know that it's coming across to the audience clear, so you guys can hear when I'm actually talking about a song, but you can also hear every single word that's a lyric that's sung, and every little nuance on the guitar, and you know, my stomps there is a nice little heartbeat tone rather than sounding like I'm tapping on wood, which has happened at gigs. And yeah, those are the factors that make for a favourite gig. So sometimes it's house concerts, you know, just a small group of people that it's just, we connect, it's beautiful. I've had festival experiences that are absolutely magic, like the one time I played at Fairbridge, I remember, is just like one of the most magical weekends ever. For people who are broader, I should elaborate, Fairbridge Music Festivals is in Pinjarra in Western Australia. Very magical festival. There's so many. Nannup Music Festival, part of the Blues at Bridgetown Festival as well. Oh my god, like Nukara up at Geraldton. Okay, music festivals in general, let's say, they tend to be a favourite as well, because the people who attend music festivals are music lovers. So you're guaranteed to just find your people and connect, and it's beautiful. So I can't pick a favourite gig, I'm sorry, but that is what makes for a favourite gig. And now on to a favourite gig I've attended of all time. And again, this is impossible to narrow to one, because different performances have touched me on different levels. The favourite performances are an all-encompassing thing, so it's not just how things sound, but the experience. So every time I see John Butler live, I know I talk about John a lot. I'm not going to apologise for that, actually, no. He just helps me. I'm just so inspired by what he creates and the stories that he tells, and how real and open and honest he is on stage. Is just mad skills on guitar, but I love his lyrical content as well. And it's one of those shows where I always walk away feeling inspired and like I have a sense of belonging, like I've been amongst my people and I'm understood in the world, and maybe not quite so crazy because there's other people who feel the same way and think the same way. Now, I also, on the other hand, absolutely love watching Tool live. I mean, come on, it's one of the best shows on earth. It's just musicians at the peak of their level, and I mean, I love their music on such a massive scale that I'm probably going to feel that way anyway. But I'm sure even people who haven't been a fan of their music would go to one of their shows and go, oh my god, this is next level, because you've got all of the, you've got all the multimedia going on in the background. You've got, they really put in a show. Maynard's usually got some form of costume on theme for that tour, and again, seeing musicians of that level that are just that locked in, I mean, you cannot look away, because the whole time you're just going, how is it possible that these guys are that locked in? It absolutely blows my mind, and I can't even narrow it down to one musician being more mesmerising in that band than another. I mean, Danny Carey is the human octopus. How do you not watch that guy on drums and go, how is this possible? Like, and how does he keep time with all these different elements? It's incredible. But then, I guess I won't dive on. I've been a massive fan of theirs for a long time. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of my favourite show. I don't think I could. I did watch a performance just before lockdown, actually, which was run by the Seed program as a fundraiser for their Seed Fund, which is a fund in Australia to help emerging managers and self-managed artists. And that had, who did we have on stage? Well, John Butler was there, so that was my number one reason for going. But Casey Chambers was also there, Stella Donnelly was also there, and Lucky Oceans was there. And I'm trying to remember the guitarist's name from Casey Chambers. I'm so sorry. Brandon Dodd? I think so. I'm so embarrassed that I can't remember his name right now. That's terrible. I'm so sorry, but yeah. Anyway, and that was a phenomenal show. There was a piece that Casey Chambers sung, and I was just covered in goosebumps the whole time and just in complete awe of the amount of power that her presence and her voice had. It was just such a magic moment. And that's the thing about performances, like just there's so many moments there from different artists that you just, you know, I've watched Jeff Lang live as well and had that same feeling, and that's why it's too hard for me to narrow down one single performance that has moved me greater than any other. I'm sorry. But there's some of the highlights that are coming to me right now, which must mean that they are really, really special to me, along with the very first mosh pit that I was ever in when I was 14 years old, watching The Offspring, who were another band I was obsessed with. And that was just not just the show, but I was really well looked after as well, like this little 14-year-old girl, and I wanted to be up the front so I could see them. And of course I was getting absolutely pummeled against the rail for a while, and then these three big burly biker looking guys just stepped in and started protecting me like I was their little sister, and they stayed with me the whole night and kept checking on me and, you know, picked me up if I fell down and just kept me safe and helped me just be able to relax and enjoy the show. So I don't know who they were, but I'm very grateful to them for looking after me. And that made that show pretty magic too. Again, not just because the show was amazing, but because of that sense of community out in the audience as well. Well, I hope I have done, I feel like I've done a really appalling job at answering those questions. I tried, you guys. They're really hard questions to answer. But hopefully that's given you a little insight into what you wanted to get out of those questions. And thank you so much for asking as well. And thank you so much for watching this video and continuing to support my channel and my musical endeavours and everything I do. I love you guys. It's just as simple as that. I feel very grateful that I have so many beautiful supporters out there, and I hope that I am giving you something of value as well. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I hate saying that bit for some reason, but it does actually really help, because it means that I can hopefully grow this audience and find other people to join our tribe, our community that are like-minded souls. But yeah, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya!